All right, football fans, welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're focusing on a championship clash that could really shake things up in the standings.
That's right. We're talking about Sunderland taking on West Bromwich Albion this Tuesday at the Stadium of Light. And let me tell you, this one is going to be interesting.
Definitely. And you know what? Our supercomputer here at Tips Moto has been crunching the numbers, and we've got some juicy insights to share with you all today.
Absolutely. And these insights could be a real game changer for anyone following the championship closely, especially those looking to make some savvy predictions.
So let's break it down, shall we? First off, why is this match such a big deal?
Well, Sunderland are currently sitting pretty in second place, just 6 points behind those league leaders' leads. You know they're hungry for that top spot.
Yeah, makes sense. Every point counts at this stage.
Exactly. And then you've got West Brom clinging on to that crucial sixth playoff spot. But Watford are hot on their heels, so they can't afford to slip up.
So the stakes are high for both sides.
Absolutely. Both teams are coming off draws in their last matches, too. Adds another layer of intrigue to this matchup, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. So 16 games in, Sunderland's got 32 points, and West Brom's trailing with 26. Let's dig into their recent form a bit, shall we? Sunderland's on a 9-game unbeaten streak, which sounds pretty impressive.
It is, but there's a catch.
Oh, I love a good catch. Lay it on me.
They haven't actually secured a win in their last 4 matches. 2 of those were even draws at home.
So are they losing momentum at a crucial point? What do you think?
Well, their manager, Regis Labris, seems a bit frustrated. He believes they could have bagged a win against Millwall with better ball control.
The classic coulda, woulda, shoulda. But it sounds like he still believes in his squad.
Oh, for sure. Now, West Brom, on the other hand, they've got a different story. Haven't lost in their last 8 games. Sounds pretty good, right?
On the surface, yeah, that's pretty solid. But I have a feeling there's a but coming.
You know it. They've drawn a whopping 7 of those games.
Seriously, 7 draws. That's got to be frustrating for fans.
You bet. And to make matters worse, they've failed to score a single goal in 4 of those matches.
So their attack's sputtering a bit.
That's one way to put it.
Okay, so West Brom's manager, Carlos Corberán, what's he saying about all this?
Well, interestingly, he's actually happy with how their attack is progressing, but he did express concern about their defensive lapses.
So that could be their Achilles heel.
Could be. Now, here's a stat attack for you. Get this. West Brom has the worst goal-scoring record out of all the top 13 teams.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
But they're still holding on to that playoff spot.
Yep. And here's the kicker. They've got a surprisingly tight defense. Only Sheffield United and Burnley have conceded fewer goals.
So are they a team built on grit, or are they just riding their luck? It's like a fascinating paradox. What do we think?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And that's what we love about the championship. You just never know. Now, before we get to our prediction, let's talk about some key player updates, because those can really make or break a game.
Absolutely. Injuries and suspensions, those can really shake things up.
Right. So, starting with Sunderland, they've been hit pretty hard with injuries. Abdoulaye, Poveda, and Connolly are all out. And there's still a doubt about whether Connolly will even be fit enough for this one.
Oh, that's rough. Anyone else out for Sunderland?
Yeah, Sealt, Huggins, and Semed are all still unavailable.
Okay, so quite a few missing pieces for Sunderland. But there's got to be some good news, right?
There is. Joe Bellingham is back from suspension. That's a huge boost for them. His presence in midfield could be just what they need.
That's a relief for Sunderland fans, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, what about West Brom? How are they looking on the injury front?
Well, they're not without their own troubles. Furlong's out due to yellow card accumulation. Then you've got Bartley, McNair, and Ajayi, who are all still dealing with those long-term injuries.
Oof, not good. Anyone else?
Oh, and Dyke is still out and won't be back until mid-December, it seems.
Okay, so both teams are dealing with their fair share of absences. But that just makes things more interesting, right? It's a real test of their squad depth and their manager's tactical prowess.
Exactly. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the Tips Moto prediction. Drumroll, please.
I'm on the edge of my seat. What does our supercomputer say?
We are predicting a Sunderland victory.
Yes. Give me the scoreline.
We're saying 1-0 Sunderland. We expect it to be a really tight, tense match.
A real nail-biter. Why do we think it'll be so low scoring?
Well, honestly, we just don't see West Brom finding the back of the net easily. Their struggles in front of goal could really be their undoing here. They're up against a Sunderland side that's shown a lot more attacking intent recently, too.
Okay, makes sense.
Plus, Sunderland's defense has been pretty solid, so breaking them down won't be a walk in the park for West Brom, even with Sunderland's injuries.
Right. So there you have it, folks. Our expert analysis and prediction brought to you by the power of data and the brilliance of our team here at Tipsmodo.
And remember, we're not just pulling these predictions out of thin air. We've got the data, we've got the insights, and we've got the passion for football to back it all up.
Exactly. We want to give you, the fans, the information you need to make smarter decisions, whether you're pacing a bet or just trying to impress your mates with your football knowledge.
And we want to make the beautiful game even more enjoyable for everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, football is about more than just the results. It's about the shared passion, the thrilling moments, the camaraderie, and the community that comes with it.
That's exactly right. So join us as we delve even deeper into this Sunderland versus West Brom clash, exploring the tactical battles and the individual performances that can make all the difference. Welcome back. We're diving even deeper into this Sunderland versus West Brom match.
You know, one of the things that I think really sets us apart here at Tipsmodo is our commitment to transparency. We don't just want to give you a prediction, we want you to understand the why behind it. So let's pull back the curtain a bit, give everyone a glimpse into how we do things here at Tipsmodo.
It all starts with beta. We've got this incredible supercomputer working nonstop, analyzing massive amounts of data.
We're talking historical match results, player stats, you name it, we track it.
Right. Team form, tactical approaches, even things like weather conditions and referee tendencies.
It's like having a whole team of analysts working around the clock, trying to find those hidden patterns, those insights that can give you an edge.
Exactly. But it's not just about the numbers. We've also got a team of expert analysts, real football brains. They review all that data, identify those key trends, they bring that human element into it, you know?
It's that perfect blend of cutting-edge tech and good old-fashioned football knowledge. And that's how we deliver the most accurate, insightful predictions out there.
That's what we're all about, data-driven insights. But we also know that football, at its heart, is a game of passion, skill, and those unpredictable moments. So we don't just focus on the numbers. We dive into the narratives, the tactical battles, those individual performances that make each match so unique.
We want our listeners to feel like they're right there in the dugout with the managers, understanding those decisions, the factors that influence the outcome of the game.
Right. And with this Sunderland versus West Brom clash, there are some really fascinating tactical questions that could really determine the outcome. For instance, Sunderland have been favoring a possession-based style of play, but West Brom tend to rely more on a counter-attacking approach.
Ooh, that is interesting. Two very different styles clashing head-on. Who do we think will prevail? Will Sunderland be able to break down West Brom's organized defense, or will West Brom catch Sunderland on the break?
Those are the tactical nuances that we love to explore here at Tipsmodo. We want to give you that deeper understanding of the game.
And it's not just about analyzing past performance. It's about looking ahead, anticipating future trends, identifying those up-and-coming players who could be difference makers.
For example, we've got our eyes on Sunderland's young midfielder, Dan Neil. He's been on fire lately. We think he could have a huge impact on this match.
Definitely one to watch. Now, on the West Brom side, I'm thinking Grady Diangana. That guy could cause some real problems for Sunderland's defense.
Oh, absolutely. Those are the individual battles that can really swing the momentum of a match.
It's all about those key moments, those flashes of brilliance that can change the course of a game in an instant. And that's what keeps us all hooked on football.
Right. Okay, let's bring it back to our Tipsmodo prediction. As we said, we're predicting a 1-0 victory for Sunderland. Their home advantage, that slightly stronger attack, we think that'll give them the edge, but it's going to be close.
Right. We've talked about West Brom's struggles to score, but there's another factor at play here, and that's their defensive resilience.
Absolutely. They've only conceded 15 goals this season. That's the third best defensive record in the entire league.
So they're tough to break down, even if they aren't scoring a ton themselves. We're confident in our prediction, but we also know West Brom could pull off an upset.
That's why we love football, right? Anything can happen. And that's why we want you to join the conversation.
Exactly. What are your thoughts? Share your predictions with us.
Head over to our social media pages on Insert Social Media platform and let us know what you think. We'd love to hear your insights.
Okay, so we've covered Sunderland's attacking strengths, and we've talked about West Brom's defensive resilience, but there's one more piece of the puzzle that we need to factor in.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. You're talking about the mental game, right? The psychological edge.
Exactly. Football's not just about physical skills, it's a mental battle too. And in a match as crucial as this one, I think the team with the stronger mentality could have the upper hand.
Absolutely. So how do we assess that psychological edge? Where do we even begin?
Well, I think a good place to start is with the managers. Sunderland's Regis Labris. He's known for his tactical nous, his ability to motivate his players. He's really instilled a belief in this Sunderland squad, and they're playing with purpose.
Yeah, you can really see that on the pitch. Now, Carlos Corberan at West Brom, he's done a fantastic job shoring up their defense, no doubt about that. But there have been some whispers, some questions about his ability to get the best out of his attacking players.
That's an interesting point. And that could play into Sunderland's hands psychologically, couldn't it? If their attackers sense even a hint of hesitation in West Brom's defense, they'll be all over it.
Oh, 100%. It's all about capitalizing on those moments of doubt, those little psychological advantages.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the impact of the home crowd. The Stadium of Light. It can be an intimidating place for visiting teams, especially when Sunderland are in good form. That passionate support can give Sunderland's players a real boost and pile the pressure on West Brom.
Yeah, that home crowd advantage is something else. It can really be a game changer sometimes.
All right, so we've analyzed the stats, we've weighed the psychological factors, and we've factored in that home advantage. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that football's a game full of surprises.
Right. Anything can happen on that pitch. Our predictions based on the data, our expertise, but there's always a chance for an upset.
That's what keeps us coming back for more, right?
Yeah.
That element of unpredictability.
That's the beauty of it. Now, as we wrap up our deep dive, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this Sunderland versus West Brom match?
Head over to our social media pages on Insert social media platform and let us know your predictions, your insights, anything you've got. We're building an amazing community of football enthusiasts, and we value your contributions.
We really do. Tell us who you think will win and why. What are the key factors that you think will decide the match?
And while you're there, be sure to check out our expert betting tips. Our team at TipsMoto is constantly analyzing matches across multiple leagues, and we're sharing our insights to help you make smarter betting decisions. We're passionate about football, and we're dedicated to giving you the best possible information.
So join the TipsMoto community, and let's experience the thrill of the beautiful game together. Follow us now, and let's win together.